Welcome to Daily Dose. My name is Robert. Susan will be joining us soon today. However, I have a friend of mine named Ashley. Hello, Ashley.
Hi, I'm grateful to be here.
Well, I'm grateful to have you. Now, Ashley, we met, I think, the first time when you were kind enough to write an article about Boys of Summer. And you were at the time working with PMD Alliance. Is that correct?
I was, and that was such a blessing of a journey to work with PMD Alliance.
So, your background, you have a creative background. You wrote a beautiful article, by the way, which I'll link to everybody. And really, what I appreciate as a fellow journalist is, you didn't just state the facts. You put your heart into it while keeping it still about the piece. It was neither opinion nor straight facts. It was well written, it means a lot to me. So you have a creative background and a creative foreground now too. So talk to me a little bit about what you've been up to and what you are up to.
Yeah, so I'm a writer. I have written a handful of books. I am a storyteller, which is why I got the privilege of getting to share your and your dad's story in a little capacity. I host a podcast. So I'm always, like you said, in the space of creativity, imagination, intuition, trust, all of those things are always within me.
So creativity is one of those things for people who don't express it regularly or maybe think of themselves as non-creatives, which I actively educate against. We're all creative. Um, how is it that you got to accept your creativity and that you now get to do it and do it professionally?
I think that's always a journey. I think when we're young children, it's more innate and you tap into it and you express your creativity and you allow yourself to go there. And sometimes as we get older, at least for me, it gets more boxed up or I tried to dim myself in certain ways. So my journey towards unleashing my creativity, one, is still in process. And that's why going to the improv workshop the other day was great. But it was also a journey of recognizing my own worth and that, like you said, we all have it within us and it doesn't have to look like anyone else's. And so the more I strengthened that in me, the more I trusted myself to just let it go and let the world see it.
I think that's fantastic. And you mentioned coming to the Jam for Joy the other day. What was that experience like for you? Had you done improv before that?
Oh gosh, no. And when you had invited me like the week prior, I said yes, because yes, you gotta say yes and, right? But I was teasing that I was completely outside my comfort zone, not something that I would normally do. But the experience itself was, I felt very safe, even as I did something that was unfamiliar to me. Everyone was very welcoming. And you had at the beginning put up different words on the screen that we could sort of play off of. And a couple of the words that I really connected to were vulnerable and visible. And I felt that's what the experience was. I was vulnerable because I was stepping into something that I didn't know and I didn't know anyone else there. Although again, everyone was so kind and welcoming. And it was a practice in allowing myself again to be seen and visible and all that I am.
Yeah, and you're right that that idea of coming in as an outsider and no experience, number one, and the group is predominantly people with Parkinson's or associated. You have the working with, but no other affiliation, in my understanding.
Right.
And what I keep pushing for, and you're a poster child in this regard, and I thank you for reporting the way you do, is I want everybody in that, whether it's Parkinson's or any other chronic illness or just humanity dealing with, anxiety, depression, stress. The things that we do, I think, in the Jam for Joy can make us better people and make us see the best in each other. So,
Yeah.
That's our goal anyway.
I felt that so strongly, Parkinson's or not. I just felt like I wish everyone could take it, like attend Jam for Joy. And even the partner work, it was great, like because I had to lean on my partner whom I didn't know and trust them and play this imagination games together. So we had to be vulnerable and visible together. And it just gave me the sense of I can lean on someone else and I'm not alone. And that was so affirming. And just the idea of playing, it allowed me to try things and trust what came to me without worrying, like, what does this look like? Or did I do it wrong? Or am I making a mistake? To just allow myself to be. And I feel like that's like a life lesson.
I agree. You nailed so many things right there that we try to be. And again, what it is for me is, again, you're kind of a canary in the coal mine for us, because you're saying, yeah, this works universally, which is really the goal. Yes, my studies and research have been within the Parkinson's community. However, we want to keep expanding and letting other people they know. If you don't mind, I'd like to have you on for another one. Can you hang out for another episode?
Absolutely, I'd love to.
All right, we'll be back with your next Daily Dose.